Hello and welcome to my patch notes rundown for the 29th of July. This week's update introduces some of the initial changes to Sanctum as well as some other quality of life changes. Without further ado, let's get right into it. Vermix's reflected souls are now correctly counted when they spawn on the same tile. Previously, if players were fighting this boss in a group and the green targeted ground mechanic that is needed to be soaked by all players 3 times was on the same spot as another player, it would only count for a singular soak, resulting in the team having to wait for another whole downtime rotation. So if you're in a team where soaks were being missed and everyone was denying missing them, it was very likely due to this bug. Necrata's boss pet, Nephi, now displays kill count when used as a familiar override. The aura effect that signifies a rare drop will no longer be cleared by using mobility abilities. Necrata's shockwave attack on the last phase now also covers the tile underneath her. This used to act as a safe spot for the 2 sets of shockwaves on the last phase. Nephti's hitboxes during the Necrata encounter have been slightly increased. This seems really clean from my testing, as one of my worries would be misclicking on the dog when wanting to move to melee distance. Free Death Week has been extended until the 4th of August. At this point they should just make death costs permanently free, especially with the long since implementation of G taxes compensating for the gold sink. Also, players shouldn't lose buffs like penance powder when they die, and it should not be solved by adding it as a reward slot like incense sticks. The Iron Man plaque in Edgeville has been updated to include various achievements. I think this is great. I believe prestigious and impressive achievements should always be displayed and memorialized publicly. I think it's a great way of creating aspiration of players wanting to one day get on that plaque. Skeleton archers inside the Shadow Race should now correctly attack players while standing on the bridge between the first and second boss. Shadow Tendril's ability will now damage the player once while using Chinchompers. Remove the normal mode kill requirements from the Insane Final Boss achievement. This includes all of God Wars Dungeon 1 and 2, Elder God Wars Dungeon, Giant Mole, Virago, and Zemrugal. This is a great change as it made no sense to require both hard mode and normal mode kill count when hard mode is the more challenging variant and having to do normal mode KC for the title in some requirements was a dull grind compared to its counterpart, a good example being Zuck. Fixed an issue that prevented Hermod and Raziel from taking reflect damage. Players will no longer be able to convert bonds into membership passcodes, however existing codes will continue to function. I've not really engaged with this feature as it's something Iron Man mostly utilize, but Wazzy forwarded a suggestion from Reddit which I really liked, which was to allow players to transfer bonds to any RuneScape character linked to their Jake's account without having to pay the tradable fee. And that's it for this week's patch notes. Sanctum of Rebirth, specifically Necrata, ended up being one of my favorite boss releases of all time, and I'm eager to see what changes they make, but more so, I'm already looking forward to the next boss release. Anyways, that's it from me. Thank you for watching and take care.